Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive deep into the confusing world of business and finance to make it simple and understandable. And today we have Mr. Cooper Group Inc. getting ready to spill the beans on their second quarter financial results. So buckle up because we might be talking about how they are really doing in this wild market. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents without all the jargon, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we break down these filings in real time, so join us there. Alright, so here we are looking at Mr. Cooper Group Inc., a company you might know as a big player in the mortgage and financial services world. Today we're dissecting their latest report, which is basically a public announcement of how their last financial quarter, the one ending on June 30th, 2025, actually went. Think of this as their quarterly report card, and we're here to see what grades they got. They've released a press release detailing their financial results, and have also posted a transcript and presentation for their second quarter. Now, this report itself is what we call a Form 8K, which is like a special news bulletin for publicly traded companies. It's for reporting any major events that shareholders should know about immediately. In this case, the big news revolves around their financial performance. Before we jump into the numbers, it's good to know what we're looking at. Mr. Cooper Group is publicly traded, meaning anyone can buy a piece of the company, and their stock is listed on the Nasdaq under the symbol COP. This is important because their financial health directly impacts the value of that stock. The core of this filing, the part that really tells us what's happening under the hood, is all about their results and financial condition. This tells us if they're making money, how much they owe, and generally how healthy the business is. So, on July 23rd, Mr. Cooper dropped their second quarter results. This is the juicy part, where we find out if they met expectations, if they're growing, or if they're facing some headwinds. Companies usually highlight their successes in these announcements. But as always, we need to look beyond the headlines. Here's something important to watch out for. They mention non-generally accepted accounting principles financial measures. Basically, this means they might be using some numbers or ways of calculating things that aren't the standard accounting rules generally accepted by everyone. Companies do this to give you a different view, maybe one they think is more telling about their performance. However, it's crucial to remember that the standard accounting rules called GAAP are there for comparability and transparency. They do say they've included reconciliations, which means they've shown how their special numbers relate back to the standard accounting rules called GAAP are there for comparability and transparency. They do say they've included reconciliations, which means they've shown how their special numbers relate back to the standard ones, which is good, but it always means we need to pay extra attention to double check what exactly they are reporting and how. It's like looking at calories on a food label. Sometimes they subtract the sugar to make it look healthier, but you still really want to know the total sugar. This exhibit is essentially the foundation of the news. It's the press release that contains all the details they want to share about their second quarter performance. We can think of this like the official story the company is telling us about their results. And finally, the report is signed off by Kurt Johnson, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. This is his stamp of approval, confirming that the information presented is accurate to the best of his knowledge. It's the confirmation from the top financial person that this is what the company is reporting. Now let's talk about what this all means. This report is focused on Mr. Cooper's financial performance for the second quarter of 2025. While this filing doesn't contain detailed financial tables directly within this specific Form 8K itself, it points us to their press release and presentation, which do. These documents are where the real numbers are. Generally, companies like Mr. Cooper Group live and die by their ability to manage mortgages, originate new loans, and service existing ones. Their income often comes from the interest on these loans, fees for servicing them, and sometimes from selling them on. So when we look at their results, we're really assessing how well they are doing in these core areas. Based on the fact that they are releasing this as an 8K on July 23rd, it signals they've likely had some significant financial developments to report. If the numbers show strong growth in loan origination or servicing revenue, it means they are capturing more of the market and managing their existing loan portfolio effectively. If expenses are under control and they're seeing improved profitability from their operations, that's a very good sign indicating a well-run company. However, if they're facing increased costs, a slowdown in new loans, or perhaps issues with borrowers defaulting on their payments, that would signal potential trouble ahead. The mention of non-GAAP measures also makes us think twice. Are they trying to put a positive spin on numbers that aren't quite as rosy under standard accounting? It's a common tactic, and it means we need to be vigilant in understanding the true picture. Looking at the wider context, the mortgage industry is heavily influenced by interest rates. If interest rates are high, it can make it more expensive for people to borrow money, potentially slowing down new loan originations. At the same time, higher rates can sometimes mean more income from servicing existing loans, especially if those loans have variable rates. So the economic environment plays a massive role in Mr. Cooper's success. We also need to consider their competitors. Are they gaining market share, or are others eating into their business? This report, by providing their quarterly results, gives us a snapshot to start answering those questions. Reporting their quarterly results gives us a snapshot to start answering those questions. In my view, Mr. Cooper Group, like many in the financial services sector, operates in a very dynamic environment. Their strength lies in their ability to navigate changing economic conditions and regulatory landscapes. A key risk for them would be a significant downturn in the housing market or a prolonged period of high interest rates that severely impacts loan demand. Conversely, an opportunity could be technological innovation in their services or expansion into new financial product areas. Ultimately, for a company like this, consistent profitability, efficient operations, and a strong grasp on risk management are the cornerstones of success. Alright, that's our breakdown of what this Mr. Cooper Group filing is all about. What's your take on these kinds of quarterly reports and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. Don't forget to check out our Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.